Different stages of burnout. Where are you at? Too much work stress. Take a few deep breaths, relax, and learn what that might be hinting at. It is no easy task to feel accomplished about work. Moreover, the globalized workforce hustle to strike a balance between work and other facets of life. The anxiety and exhaustion of work engagements get carried forward. One experiences overwhelming mental and emotional baggage, dragging them from one commitment to another. This stress condition is known as burnout, and it is for real. The idea was put forward by Herbert Freudenberger, the renowned psychologist, and thereafter it has been widely researched. Burnout is said to be more far-reaching than fatigue, and prolonged exposure to situations inducing it reduces one's work efficiency. You can be an overachiever, working hard to meet well-defined high goals, yet be bulldozed by unsatisfactory outcomes and exhaustion. People experiencing burnout struggle with their everyday responsibilities and cannot escape persistent negative emotions like frustration and helplessness. That's why the earlier you start noticing the symptoms and address them, the easier the recovery process becomes. Having said that, identifying burnout can be a tad bit difficult, but the stages listed below mark its escalation and can be a shortcut for you to locate your position. What are the burnout stages? Burnout should not be confused with stress, as the latter means having a lot to deal with, but without typically feeling too drained to meet the demands. There were 12 burnout stages earlier, but later it was simplified to only having 5 stages. 1. Exhaustion. The first phase is characterized by high energy and productivity. At this stage, you are optimistic about work and dive into your responsibilities with full intention. You do not let opportunities slip away, and perhaps are readily available to shoulder a lot more work than you ideally can. With such might and zeal, you exhaust yourself faster than you think. There might be no visible signs of burnout at the moment, and thus, you tend to overwork and set unrealistic goals to fulfill every single day. As a result, you might experience physical exhaustion in the form of loss of appetite, headaches, and changes in sleep patterns. 2. Alienation. After a prolonged period of high enthusiasm, you are bound to deplete your energy levels. Eventually, you arrive at the juncture where you subscribe to stress and get faced with dwindling faith. At this stage, you do not stress over commitments throughout the day, but the frequency increases. You feel compelled to prioritize work more than personal wants and needs. Therefore, you are most likely to experience overwhelming emotions and gradually alienate yourself from friends and family. Recreational activities, basic needs, and social interactions are tucked away while you only concern yourself with stressful needs at work. 3. Withdrawal. The stress levels are chronic at this stage and constantly interfere with work. Pressure piles up, and you begin to experience the impact bodily, mentally, and emotionally. You develop a sense of apathy, and your response towards work is replaced with withdrawal. You are no longer as committed as earlier and instead procrastinate. You might also find yourself frustrated at minor inconveniences, isolating yourself from problems, and having too many out-of-character moments. That is because one fails to regulate behavior and take responsibility for their actions. You create detachment from people, situations, and emotions that are unsettling. 4. Emptiness. At the 4th stage, the physical and mental discomfort is already too intense. The stressors, by now, become too powerful to impede your normal functioning and constantly compel you to question your own abilities. You reach the level of chronic exhaustion, and physical symptoms become more prominent too. Sometimes, you may as well feel lonely and dejected to the extent of being numbed by the situations around you. As your motivation to work shrinks with each passing day, you feel yourself drifting away aimlessly. The behavioral changes become more observable, and your loved ones can easily call you out for those. 5. Burnout. Last comes the most challenging phase of all. As stress levels soar high and you begin to show behavioral changes, the actual burnout phase becomes inevitable without conscious efforts and sometimes effective intervention. If and when you enter the burnout stage, you are captivated by chronic exhaustion, emptiness, and physical pain. Moreover, you are sometimes moments away from an abrupt shutdown or a collapse of your body and mind. Long-term exposure to stress directly or indirectly impacts your bodily functions, making you susceptible to a range of ailments, mental and physical. Your ability to separate work from other things is jeopardized ultimately. If you find yourself at this stage, it is best to seek professional help. How to save yourself from burnout? You might be wondering whether you can prevent burnout and if recovery is possible. In case you have been able to locate yourself in any of the 5 stages, it is crucial to first take a step backward and analyze the situation objectively. Some quick tips for saving yourself from burnout would be: 1. Ditch multitasking and excruciating to-do lists. 2. Acknowledging the problems rather than neglecting them. 3. Conscious efforts to create a better working space. 4. Creating and respecting boundaries. 5. Taking breaks. Burnout is a pretty common phenomenon in the modern day. One can experience burnout at any phase of their career. And the most common reasons for its occurrence are lengthy working hours and very few breaks. If you already feel stressed at work, take careful measures to reduce its impact by working out, sleeping enough, and maintaining a balanced diet. Engage yourself in activities that channel your best self, and never distance yourself from your loved ones. Neglecting burnout can invite deeper troubles. Thus, do not shy away from seeking medical help. Remember, the first step towards recovery is acknowledging that there is a problem. We don't know what is going on currently, but don't worry. It only gets better from here onwards. Thank you for watching the video. Please like, share, and subscribe to get all the updates.